C.T. by Annie Adams Fields, 1834 to 1915. Beloved, on the shore of this grey world thy little bird, the sandpiper, and I now stand alone. And when mine eye returned from following thy upward flight, and found him here, and heard his tone, and saw the tiny wing unfurled, as oft for thee, I knew thy messenger 'twas he. His little cries meek and full of joy in things that lie close to our feet. He speeds along the sand, bidding my sight grow keen as thine. He cries, O love complete, thou hast become the leaf and flower that whisper now companionship. O follow, follow, traveller mine. Thou too shalt slip into the hand's breadth hollow, thy dust shall claim, and no fair fame shall stead thee when the winds of life shall fall. Only my call to the unknown, untried, whither these wings now vanish. The fading bower can hold and soothe thee not. O follow, follow, 'tis love who sings. Love, love is here, and beckons thee away. My song leads on, thou canst not go astray. Okay, this is a poem by Annie Fields. Let's see, Annie Fields was an American poet. She was born in Boston into a wealthy family, and she went to the leading private girls' school in Boston. That was a time when women were not taught, were very often not taught, educated. She was an author and an editor and a philanthropist. She set up places for poor people to eat. She set up a refuge for single women with babies, and she used her house as a salon for famous artists and writers and intellectuals to meet and talk. And this poem is about Celia Thaxter, who was another poetess of that time. Now, I think this poem is a tribute to Celia Thaxter after her death. Also, this poem, it's about the sandpiper, and Celia Thaxter has a poem. One of her most famous poems is about a sandpiper on the beach, and she follows the sandpiper around. Now, let's see. Annie Adams Fields, she was married when she was 20, and when she was in her late 40s, her husband died, and she met, or her close friend was Sarah Jewett, and they lived together. Fields and Jewett lived together, and they considered themselves as married, what was referred to as a Boston marriage. They exchanged rings, they exchanged vows, and Celia Thaxter was clearly a friend of theirs. I think she died in something like 1891, and Fields admired Thaxter a lot. Beloved. So this is talking to Celia, beloved, and clearly Adams, or Annie feels. She feels a lot of love for Celia Thaxter. On the shore of this grey world, thy little sandpiper and I now stand alone. So your sandpiper and I, we're alone now. You've gone. Because in the original poem, Thaxter used to take walks along the beach with the sandpiper, which would follow her everywhere. And now Annie Fields is walking along the beach with the sandpiper, but they're both alone. Celia, are not there anymore. And when mine eye returned from following thy upward flight, and found him here, and heard his tone. So I looked upwards to the sky, to follow your flight upwards, your soul going upwards to heaven. And when I looked up as you were going to heaven, and then I looked down again, and here on the sand was the sandpiper. And I heard his tone, I heard his singing, and saw the tiny wing unfurled. So she saw the wings of the sandpiper open, as oft for thee, as the sandpiper had done many times for you. I knew thy messenger, 'twas he, and I knew that this sandpiper was your messenger coming down from heaven and to comfort me. His little cry is meek and full of joy in things that lie close to our feet. So the noise that the sandpiper makes, it's very humble and meek, but it enjoys all the little things that are by our feet. The sandpiper represents the world that is close to us, but you are now in the other world. He speeds along the sand, bidding my sight grow keen as thine. And the sandpiper's jumping along the sand, and the sandpiper's trying to teach Annie Fields to have the insight of Celia Thaxter, to understand the beauty of the place. He cries, O love complete, thou hast become the leaf and flower that whisper now companionship. And the sandpiper is saying to her, you now are love complete. You have now become the leaf and the flower. You are my companion now. You have taken the place of Celia, now that Celia is gone, and I love you just like I loved Celia, and now we are companions. But I think this is also alluding to the companionship between Annie Fields and Celia Thaxter. Oh, follow, follow, traveller mine, follow me down the beach, let me teach you, traveller. And I think there's this idea that Celia is the traveller who has gone up to heaven, and Annie is the traveller walking along the beach, learning from the sandpiper, who is Celia's messenger. Thou too shalt slip into the hand's breadth hollow, thy dust shall claim. So this is the sandpiper talking to her, and it's saying that you will also, one day you will die, you will end up buried under the earth, the hand's breadth hollow, the width of the grave, that you will also be buried, you will also die, and no fair fame shall stead thee when the winds of life shall fall, And your fame, yes, to be famous for your poetry, to be famous for things. This is being remembered, but this is not the same as being with the real person. This is not the real person. Only my call to the unknown, untried, whither these wings vanish. So this is death. This is talking about death, because the call to the unknown, the untried. This is something different. This is a new world, and the wings will vanish. That she will go up to heaven. The fading bower can hold and soothe thee not. So life can't hold you anymore. Oh, follow is love who sings. So is love that is singing, and she's talking about the love that she feels for Celia. Love is here and beckons thee away. Love is calling you away. My song leads on, thou canst not go astray. So the sandpiper is leading Annie Fields on, and this is like Celia leading her on, because the sandpiper is the representation of her. And my love for you is leading you on, and eventually you will come here with me as well. So, C.T. by Annie Adams Fields.